What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself, and today we are on the Hayabusa. We got a fun topic at hand, so let's hop on it and get to the ride. Whew, she's looking good today, isn't she? Oh man, I don't always hop on the bike with a topic, but today we do. We have a topic at hand. But before we get into that, I want to tell you guys one thing, all right? PPI store is back up and running, so my personal website where I make all the stuff, our business is back up and running, dog. And I'm running the HOODIES special. Oh my gosh, this guy can't even keep it on the road. He's got that big windy ass trailer. But yeah, my Perfect Plasma website where I make all the metal stuff, the metal hangers and the wall art and stuff. We've added a bunch of new stuff to the website. We're back up and running our oh shit. Don't fall off on me now. Can I tighten this without crashing? Woo! You're not very stable, are you, dude? That's expensive camera right there. Let's pull over and fix that. Barely even got on the road, we're already having issues. That's the most do-it-with-Dan shit I've ever heard. Pull over in this totally not creepy abandoned church or whatever the fuck this place is and fix this. That's kind of a cool spot for photos, dude. Maybe I'll come back with the Corvette, catch a nail in my tire. That sound fun? I mean, that feels nice and tight now. Fuck. When I go fix it, it's fixed. A little bit of lube on there, a little bit of spit lube. That came out my mouth. I mean, since we're here, we might as well grab a cool photo. The homeless man in the cryptids living inside there, like, do I hear a Hayabusa idling outside? Back to what we were doing, dude. But yeah, man, before we get started, I gotta say, the Perfect Plasma website is up and running, and the HOODIES special is officially going on, and that's going through December 15th. I will also do a, well, I'm gonna stop. I normally run red lights, but not today, not today. We're back up and running. No RGBs, though. We're done with RGBs. Fuck, as soon as I fucking put my foot down, you piece of shit. I'm even accepting a small amount of custom orders, so if you want to shoot me an email, perfectplasmainc@gmail.com. Get you something cool and custom before the holidays, but you got to be quick about it, man. I can only guarantee stuff between now and the 15th. So helmet hangers, wall signs, license plate frames, you name it, we got it. I make it. I wasn't flirting, just so everybody knows. I'm not a flirter, but she was like, I like your bike. Well, I can't help it if a bitch likes my bike. What can I do about that? But yeah, I just did my most recent infusion for the MS. What it does is it like nukes your immune system. It goes in there, knocks your immune system down, and I am fucking wiped. So it'll probably be a little bit more low energy today, you know, I don't know. But no, man, I do have a topic for today. I do. It's something, I actually started recording another video about this, then I stopped because something told me to wait before I posted this video, because I felt like, I don't know, maybe more information was going to come about it. I didn't want to speculate or nothing, but man, they are going after the YouTubers, man. First, Heavy D Sparks gets fucking locked up by the EPA, a huge oversight or a huge overreach of the EPA as far as their power and capability. They lock up a YouTuber, right? I mean, he's not just a YouTuber. He's got a lot of other stuff going on, but they went after Heavy D. They've tried to find him out the ass. I don't know if I can't remember if that shit's been taken care of or not. It might still be going on, but you know, that's insane. And now they got Cody. They got WhistlinDiesel, man. That's crazy. So they got him for tax evasion, or what they're claiming is tax evasion. Initially, I thought it was IRS, and I'm glad that I didn't post the video, because it's not. It's actually the state of Tennessee is coming after him for, and I'm going to get some of this wrong, so be patient with me. I highly suggest you go watch his video talking about it, because he seems very honest and forth about it. It looks like they're after him for sales tax of a car he did not sell. That Ferrari that he had burned to the fucking ground, they're trying to come after him for that. I don't really know how any of that works. I kind of have a slight understanding of the IRS. I can kind of comment on that stuff, but when it comes to like state tax, especially not Georgia, you know, Tennessee's different, I have no idea. But it seems like a massive overreach to not even contact the individual about it, right? That's like the big thing for me, is that they didn't contact him. They didn't tell him that he owed taxes on a car. or anything like that. They just fucking came to his estate and arrested him for tax evasion in front of his whole squad, his whole group of friends, everything, his whole team. Is fucked up, you know, if I'm being honest with you guys. You know, and here's the thing, like, I always kind of lose some people, especially in the biker community when I say this, but I'm pro law enforcement. You know, I'm not a bootlicker, but at the same time, I recognize the fact that you need a series or a system of officers, of dedicated officers who are going to try to uphold the law, right? I can acknowledge that. I want that. I want there to be a number you can call where people show up and they fucking help you if you can't help yourself, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, to not contact the individual at all, right, which is kind of his argument, is that they didn't send him a letter, they weren't like, hey, you owe us money, they just came and swooped him up. That's fucking crazy, right? And then they set his bond at, I think, $20,000. There was some numbers mixed around. I guess the comma and the period didn't get put on the warrant or for his bond, so it looked like $2 million. Everyone's like, he's got $2 million, $2 million bond, which, like, what is he, fucking El Chapo, right? You guys don't think that. I knew when I saw the number, I was like, they're missing some periods and some commas there. I knew it wasn't gonna be no $2 million. Like, who is he, huh? Osama bin Laden, huh? Like 20K also, like I don't know Cody's financial situation. I never speculate about that, but I've seen like clips of him and Aiden Ross talking about how much they make. I have a feeling that Cody could have thrown 20 grand on the table and been done with that if he wanted to, you know what I'm saying? And I think the state of Tennessee probably knows that too. Imagine being the officer, right? Imagine being the officer pulling onto his estate. It's gated, it's guarded, it's got a long driveway. You go up the driveway, what do you see? A fucking tank and helicopters and cars and shit. You gotta think to yourself, think it's gonna Waco 2.0. So I understand the officer's hesitations there, for sure. But like a fucking letter would have saved Tennessee a lot of efforts here. The fuck? You got a drag pack truck, a lifted truck, and a Titan. This guy's got some interesting taste. Very interesting taste for sure, my man. Oh shit, I think my camera's in the wrong settings. Hold on, let me pull over and fix that. It could be wider. Wider FOV. Is that FOV a little bit better? I forgot that I had it in linear mode because I was recording stuff at the shop. But yeah, man, it just seems like a letter could have prevented this whole situation, right? And this is important, right? I know a lot of you guys are like, well, Dan, what do you care, you know? First of all, I have always tried to stand up for the YouTube community since the beginning, right? Like, ever since I've been doing YouTube, whether or not I agree with somebody or like somebody, I've tried really hard to support the system, right? Like when PewDiePie did the whole N-word on the bridge thing and it caused the adpocalypse. Anytime there's been like a really big scandal involving a YouTuber it just affects us all, man. Of course it does, right? Because what's gonna happen, or at least what I think is probably happening, is they're trying to make an example out of Cody, right? The state of Tennessee is going through some weird shit right now, isn't it? I think we all know that the state of Tennessee has been having a hard time with meetups and YouTubers, and the car community struggling. The motorcycle community, they're having their own sets of issues out in Tennessee. Every time I talk to my buddies that live out in Tennessee, they're all like, dude, shit's fucking crazy, right? Like, it's a beautiful state. It's got very relaxed laws on certain things. It's got very rigid laws on certain things. Matter of fact, Laura and I have even talked about moving to Tennessee every now and again. We bring it up, you know? Like, it seems like a gotcha moment, doesn't it? You know? And whether or not you agree with WhistlinDiesel or like his content or like his videos, that shouldn't fucking matter, right? Like, I do. I personally, I like his content. I think he's funny. But the fucking... Even if you don't... This should be kind of upsetting. This should be kind of a problem, because what happens if they come for your favorite YouTuber? I'm not saying me, you know, I'm not your favorite YouTuber for sure. I know that for a fact. Imagine they start trying to make examples of all these other really big YouTubers, right? It's kind of like when the Charlie Kirk assassination happened, and I'm not trying to compare those two events, but I'm simply saying, even if you didn't like Charlie Kirk, even if you thought he was scum, you should be upset that someone shot him over words. Because you might be thinking, oh, it's not my side, I'm not mad, I didn't like the guy. That shouldn't fucking matter. These are the people who are standing between you and them, if you know what I'm saying. And owing taxes, whether it be from the state or the IRS, the federal government, It's the only money that you can owe somebody that they will put your ass in jail for, right? That's how they got a lot of the big guys, you know? Even if I didn't like his content, I would still say that, hey, we have this is an overreach, right? And here's the thing. I know Cody has enough money and enough lawyers to fight it, right? That's no doubt in my mind that Cody's going to come out on top, but you or I might not, you know? However, it being the state instead of the IRS, instead of it being the federal, I have a lot more faith that it's going to smooth over. Because, like, the federal government, the IRS is kind of like its own mob, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of like the government's kind of like the world's biggest gang, right? And so are, you know, your sheriff's departments, your local police departments. They can be too, but at the end of the day, they do not triumph the federal government. But the big bad federal daddies, that sucks. When you start fighting them, that's heavy and expensive. So I'm really happy for him that it's not federal. The fact that it's state gives me a lot more faith that this is going to smooth over in his favor. I tell you, and I hate to say it like this, but it'll be very interesting to watch it unfold. You know what I mean? Like, it will at least be interesting to see how it plays out, because that will dictate a lot of other things. It'll just have to be like a wait and see kind of deal. I did make the joke that a lot of it was because he has that killdozer up and running. I just kept thinking about how funny it's got to be one of those cops, right, pulling up on the property. Imagine you don't even know who he is, and you see an Abrams tank and a killdozer parked right next to each other. Brother, I would be shaking in my little standard issue booties, if you know what I'm saying. What gives them the confidence that this isn't going to be another Waco? Like, yeah, go arrest this guy, and he's got his tank parked out front next to his helicopter and killdozer. And I don't mean just like a version of the killdozer. I'm pretty sure that thing has parts that he sourced from the original killdozer. But yeah, when it comes to taxes, man, it's the only money that you can owe that they'll put your ass in jail for. You owe loans back, you own credit card debt, whatever that debt is, your mortgage, they can garnish your wages, they can seize your assets, they can take your home, your car, your dog, whatever. But if you owe the government money, they'll put your ass in jail. So that's why it's interesting to me. It's very clear to me that the state of Tennessee is targeting Cody in this situation. Like, they're going after him. When you want to hush somebody, you want to silence somebody, you want to put them down, this is kind of what you do. You get them for tax evasion. It's just so weird that it's such a low number, right? Like, that's the part, like, I don't want to, 20 grand's a lot to me and you, but someone like Cody, I feel like, it's just the thing that's kind of weird to me is the amount. You know, 20 grand, 20-ish, 30-ish grand, something like that. I think it's the total amount of money they're going after him for. Like, yeah, that's a lot of money to the average Joe, but when you're making millions of dollars a year, 20 grand, you can kind of wipe your ass with that, you know? Like, imagine telling somebody to go fuck themselves and throwing 20 grand in their face, you know? And that's probably why they didn't do it that way, is because they know he could do that. They knew he could throw the money at it and it would be done. But it's like they purposely wanted to, I'm gonna use the word shame. I don't think he's shamed. I don't think that he's sitting there feeling shameful of this. Honestly, if anything, Tennessee is helping his brand. Whether they know it or not. Arrested for tax evasion. You want to talk about fucking on brand, bro? Just when I thought I couldn't like the guy anymore, he gets arrested for tax evasion. Next thing you know, he's going to tell me he's got a bunch of DUIs. We're just glad he didn't reach for the officer's service weapon. I don't know, man. I really don't know. I mean, the fact that they showed up to his doorstep, put him in cuffs on camera, and then told him he was being arrested for tax evasion. I mean, holy shit, dude. Could you have created a better video for him? Are you fucking kidding me? He probably has already made the 20 grand back, dude. Fuck it, put Tennessee on a retainer. Have them come and arrest you once a month. You'll be a billionaire. You're gonna buy the Bugatti next week. And clearly, I'm rooting for him. Anybody in our community, he's in the car, truck, anybody in our community, man, I hop on board to support him unless they do something dumb, like run from Georgia State Patrol. Anybody in the community I'm gonna root for. Well, maybe not anybody. I have thrown some punches back in the day. I'm sorry. paying taxes. I thought this was America. I said this was gonna be low energy. Dude, I'm screaming at the top of my lungs. I'm kind of fired up, man. I don't know, man. I don't want to sound like a dick rider. It's just anytime the government does shit like this, whether it be state or federal, it just pisses me off, bro. It just irritates me. The overreach, the oversight is what the fuck is this? What is that? I don't even know what those are. Chat, what are these? Look like pieces of metal of some sort. I don't know. Alumacast. Okay, it's cast aluminum. Fucking answered. I think I'll back off of that right now. I think you guys have heard my opinion. I'll let you guys kind of fight amongst yourselves in the comments about it. But on a completely different note, I did a podcast at WoW the other day. They've started up their podcast series, so go and check that out. I did one with PSR, Print Shoots Repeats. He's another YouTuber who he does a lot of firearm content, 3D printing guns, stuff like that. Awesome guy. I've been wanting to do videos with him for a while. So I did a podcast with him, and then I also did a podcast with Gavin and Rylan Hennessy, which is, if you're familiar with Hennessy Performance, he is one of the sons of Mr. Hennessy, who does, you know, the very fast fucking cars. They make their own supercars kind of deal. But his son Rylan is a big motorcycle enthusiast, great guy, funny guy, very knowledgeable when it comes to cars. He's I think he's an engineer. I don't want to get the title wrong. He helped design the Venom, the V5, the F5 Venom. That's what he oversights right now. And I need gas. But I did a podcast with him and Gavin and WoW, and it's really awesome. I suggest you go see it. It's probably answer a lot of cool questions for you guys. I said, wow, what a great time. Dude, my throat's so fucked, I can't even do my Trump. I said, wow, the state of Tennessee, pathetic, gay even. They're coming after Cody Detweiler. They said, we're going to make you pay taxes on a car that you did not sell. Oh, my God. I think I'm going to stop all federal funding to Tennessee. I said, wow, there's never been any... oh, dude, my throat's fucked. I want to do a series where I dress up like Trump and do his voice and do reviews on motorcycles, or maybe I'll walk through WoW and talk about all the motorcycles they have. I don't know, man. I'm just trying to think about, like, what can I do? I want to do a Trump video where I walk around and dressed up and talk like Trump. Ooh, what do we got? We got a sports bike. I said, wow, what a nice motorcycle. It's so fast. I don't know why I do the, oh my God. I want to put my balls in that vice and give it a good squeeze. Your papa needs some fuel. I am so thirsty. My throat is dry. I'm on a Hayabusa. Dude, I think I have to take a shit. I think that's what I'm coming to the conclusion of, is that I gotta take me a big old fat dookie. I also need gasolino in my tankerino. I'm gonna stop here at this gas station and fill up the bussy before I go home. And I'm gonna take me a nap. I am so sleepy from all of the... Man, a lot of bikes out today, the day before Thanksgiving, go figure. Oh, hey. So, dude?
Much to my surprise, it was a subscriber that I met a long time ago. It was nice to see a familiar face. We caught up, talked the shit. He asked what a Hayabusa was like. I told him to try it out.
Oh, that's completely different than I thought it would be.
Yes, exactly.
That is completely different.
We topped off for tanks, and we parted ways for the holidays. It's always good seeing a familiar face, and a great way to end a good ride.
Ride safe, have a happy Thanksgiving, all the things. Yes, be good, my nine-finger buddy. Be good, brother. Yeah, I'll try. Later. Alrighty, that was a fun little side quest, man. I always love to meet someone who watches the videos, but I've also met him before already, so it's like seeing a familiar face, seeing a familiar friend. That was crazy, man. He was showing me his finger, which I know that sounds weird to say that, but he works for like train derailments. So like if a train gets fucking knocked over, he goes out there and they pick him back up, which is insane. I didn't even think about how they would do that, but he got his finger caught between a train and like a train hook, and it just decided no more finger. Well, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me today. And we'll see you assholes in the next one. All right, guys? Okay. I have to take a fat piss, dude. I have to have a big old fat piss. The piss man cometh, and he is hungry.